So you're thinking about picking up the Google Pixel 6 or the Samsung Galaxy S21 Fan Edition. Both of these phones are the newest offerings from the two companies, and both of these have their ups and downs. You're watching Mark's Tech, and how about we just jump straight into the comparison. Comparing each phone's exterior, the Pixel 6 has a slightly more premium feeling thanks to its aluminum and glass design. I really like that the aluminum has a textured black coating on it, which also does help give the phone grip. Looking at the Samsung Galaxy S21 Fan Edition, the rear of the phone is polycarbonate, or as I like to call it, plastic. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. In fact, it does add durability because, well, it's a lot harder to crack plastic than it is to crack glass. The S21 Fan Edition also has aluminum borders and also has a coating, however, it is not textured. So the Pixel 6 still is a little bit more grippier. When taking a look at the physical size of each phone, the Pixel 6 is slightly taller than the S21 Fan Edition, but both phones are basically identical when it comes to width. The Pixel 6 is also very slightly thicker than the S21 as well. So does the extra thickness of the Google Pixel 6 equal more battery? Actually, yes, but by a pretty small amount. The Pixel 6 has a 4,614 mAh battery, and the S21 Fan Edition has a 4,500 mAh battery. So the Pixel 6 takes the cake by 114 mAh, which, to be honest, is nothing. In day-to-day use, both of the phones get roughly the same amount of battery life depending on how you're using the phone, depending on your brightness, what apps you're using, so on and so forth. But you can My cat just opened the door all by himself, dude. That's weird. Definitely an all-day type of phone, and in terms of screen on time, you can be looking at somewhere between 6 to 7 hours. Again, that all depends on how you use the phone. When it comes to the cameras, the S21 Fan Edition does have the upper hand by offering its customers 3 types of focal lengths. You get the standard wide camera, an ultra-wide camera, and as well as a 3x optical telephoto camera. The Pixel 6 has 2 of those, but is missing that telephoto camera. Maybe that doesn't even matter because the Pixel has a trick up its sleeve called Super Res Zoom. So how well does Super Res Zoom at 3x digital compare to the S21 Ultra at 3x optical? Let's take a look. So in these 2 photos, both phones are doing 3x zoom. The only difference, like I said, is that the S21 is doing it optically, whereas the Pixel is doing it digitally. Do you see a difference and a winner? Let me know down below. By the way, guys, if you are enjoying the video, remember to click that like button, and if you are new here, consider subscribing. The standard wide camera on both phones is fantastic. Both have no problems whatsoever with showing great detail, low noise, and crazy good HDR. The ultra wide camera is also fantastic on both phones, but the S21 Fan Edition does get much wider, so you can fit more into the frame. That is also very apparent if you take a look at the camera selections. The S21 Fan Edition is a 0.5x ultra wide, and the Pixel 6 is a 0.7x ultra wide. The selfie cameras also look pretty damn good. I have no issues with neither of them. Both have great detail, great HDR, and great colors. But then again, I'm not a huge selfie taker, so maybe this is not my area of expertise. I honestly couldn't care less. I didn't really notice that big of a difference between the 2 phones, so I don't think you guys will either. If you live a busy life, don't worry, I got ya. Huel Ready to Drink is a complete meal which will be the perfect companion for you. It comes complete with all 27 essential vitamins and minerals, and it has the perfect balance of carbs, protein, fat, fiber, and phytonutrients. It is truly the perfect on-the-go meal, and it's even helped me out a lot because when I'm editing my videos, the last thing I want to do is go downstairs and cook. I'm just gonna be honest. Yes, I am that lazy. So I just drink a bottle of Huel, and that's it. I'm good. If you guys want to try Huel, go ahead and use my code MarksTech15. That'll save you $15 off of orders over $50. And you better hurry because that code is only active for 72 hours after this video goes live. The front of the phones look a little bit different, and one of them is arguably better than the other. The Pixel 6's bezels are thicker and the screen isn't as bright as it is on the S21 Fan Edition. But it doesn't just stop there. The S21 Fan Edition also has a higher refresh rate display at 120 Hz, whereas on the Pixel it only goes up to 90 Hz. So while we're talking about displays, I just wanted to let you guys know both of these phones are the same screen size, 6.4 inches, and same screen resolution, Full HD+. When it comes down to speed and stability, the Pixel 6 has 8GB of RAM and is powered by Google's brand new Tensor CPU. The S21 FE has 2 gigs less at 6GB of RAM, and it is powered by Qualcomm's Snapdragon 888 processor. If we take a look at the Geekbench scores, the S21 Fan Edition does score higher, but in the real world test, well, the S21 Fan Edition also performs better. That's not to knock on the Pixel 6. The Pixel 6, or the Tensor CPU I should say, is really good. I think it's just the software. Pixel 6, as we all know by now, has had a pretty rocky start when it comes to stability and software. The S21 Fan Edition with its One UI 4 on Android 12 performs and looks like a finished, polished product. I mean, as always, I'm not biased to any company, so wherever I see something that requires attention, I give it my attention. And the S21 Fan Edition deserves my attention because it is very stable, very smooth, very responsive. I have had no bugs, no glitches, nothing. Great phone, great software experience. I have no issues. So what about charging speeds? How fast do these phones charge? Both of these phones will get you from 0 to 50% in about 30 minutes. The Pixel 6 charges at around 23-24 watts using a wired, and the S21 Fan Edition charges up to 25 watts using a wire. Now, if wireless is your drink of choice, the S21 Fan Edition charges at 15 watts wirelessly. Pretty okay, pretty standard. But the Pixel 6 charges at 23 watts wirelessly using the Pixel Stand Gen 2. Unlocking each phone using the fingerprint sensor, both unlock at very, very similar speeds, but the perk of the S21 Fan Edition's fingerprint sensor is that you can unlock it by just simply tapping on it. That's how fast it is. Whereas on the Pixel, you have to kind of leave your thumb on it for a split second before it unlocks. If fingerprint sensors aren't your thing, the S21 Fan Edition does come with face unlock, so it unlocked my face and I just get into using the phone. The Pixel 6 on the other hand does not have face unlock. Google, why? It's just software. Just put it in the phone. The fingerprint sensor, a lot of people don't really like. I personally don't have any issues with the fingerprint sensor on the Pixel 6, but a lot of people have different opinions, and some don't like it. So Google, just give us face unlock. It, just do it. So everyone watches movies, TV shows, plays games, TikTok scrolling, Instagram scrolling. So how well do the speakers sound like? Both of these phones do have stereo speakers, so let's go ahead and check it out. So as far as price goes, the S21 Fan Edition is $100 more, but you also get a lot of perks with that $100 that you do not get with the Pixel 6. So just to recap, the FE has 120Hz compared to 90Hz on the Pixel. The FE has a brighter display than the Pixel 6 as well. The FE has slimmer bezels, giving it a more modern appearance. The FE also has an extra camera to play around with. I could also say that the S21 Fan Edition has a more stable software, but obviously the software on the Pixel 6 is going to be patched and fixed as time goes on. But as I like to say, never buy a piece of tech for the promise of what it'll be tomorrow. You buy that piece of tech for what it is today. So which of these two phones should you pick up? Well, honestly, I would consider waiting for the S22 because the S21 FE will go down even more in price and bring it even closer to the Pixel 6. Even now, even with the $100 premium, you are getting those extra perks like I mentioned, so maybe even now, it's worth it to you. But who knows, maybe you guys don't really care about having the extra camera, maybe you guys don't care about having the 120Hz display or any other perk I mentioned. If that's the case, the Google Pixel 6 is still a fantastic phone. It's just a little bit buggy, but obviously that will be fixed. I mean, I hope so, right? It's gonna get fixed, right? Google, call me. We'll talk about it. So which phone catches your eyes more? Again, I'm just a reviewer, okay? I don't know that much. I know enough to click the record button and talk into a microphone, but the real thing I want to know is what do normal people, what do consumers think about these two phones? Which phone do you guys think won? Which phone did you get? Which phone are you planning on getting? What's your favorite color? Let me know that down below in the comments section. That's it. This was Mark from Mark's Tech. Adios.